It's Friday, and that's what you know you want it to be. And you know it's going to be Friday when a new episode of the Nonsense Hour comes out.
Yeah. Unless it's late, because most of the time it's pretty much late, so it's more like a Saturday type thing, but let's see if you're not late.
Oh, that's cute. You're calling me out on my inconsistency. You want to do your normal intro?
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nonsense Hour for the 11th time now. And yeah. And today we're going to be talking about like usual nonsense.
The usual nonsense.
Yeah.
And you want to pull that mic a little closer to you? How's your week going?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. What's been good about it?
Just I don't know. Just not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, just like everything's been running smooth.
Yeah.
You've been doing good on your homework?
Did we talk about last pod that I got the guitar picks?
No, we'll bring that up. I got some pod notes. It's not as good as all the other pod notes, but I've got some stuff. I don't think we have any old business. Do you have any old business? Stuff that from the past? Or from the last episode
10,
that maybe we brought up?
I was pretty sure Aiden was supposed to be on the episode 10, which
Aiden was supposed to be on, episode 10. Should we call the producer from the dorm and see if she'll pick up and see if she's got anything to say about that?
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to old business?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's get her on the horn. Let's see if this works. I don't know how to use my phone. Here we go. And we're calling the producer. You were just talking to her. I wasn't talking to her.
Yeah.
Did she have anything interesting to say?
Yeah.
Did she say she missed you?
Yeah, she also said she missed Gus, and I told her that how depressed Gus was, and
Gus is pretty depressed.
Yeah, I told her excuse me, I'm dying.
Oh, no producer.
Okay.
Well, we'll maybe try that again, see if she picks up. But yeah, I think she did say that Aiden would come in on episode 10. I think he wanted to see that we would be an established show by then, which I don't think we are, but it is what it is, right?
I also like to point out how there's no toys this time. We're getting less and less.
No one helped me on setting up, and the producer's not here to help me, so I had to get everything done myself, and I had to feed myself. And you ate some of the
pizza that you bought 2 boxes, the freezer pizza.
They're not boxes, dude. They're Totino party pizzas, and they come in plastic bags. They used to come in boxes, but now the economy the way it is, they just put them in plastic bags.
Those pizzas, though, I can't argue. Those are the best pizzas.
Dude, I'm 38, and I just almost ate a whole one to myself, and the only reason I didn't was because that you ate a couple yourself. So... so I guess we don't have any old business other than that we were supposed to have a guest on last episode who said he would come, but didn't, and maybe we'll pick up with the producer on that.
The tall giant in the Hobbit hole who would their face would be above the camera. Yeah,
so one of Mia's friends thought we should call the show the Hobbit hole because of all of our shortness in the house. And, I kind of liked it, and I was gonna buy the URL and put it on my list of URLs that I already own that I don't really do anything with.
What are the URLs?
That's like the www. You own CohenGraves.com, I own AdamGraves.com, and Mia owns MiaGraves.com. And my site, you actually, have you gone to your website? Mia did kind of set up a really loosely based website for you that you can go to our website's homepage, which I don't do anything with really, other than that's where we post our podcasts. But
wait, we post our podcasts on your website?
No. I mean, I'm saying a link from your website goes to the Podbean homepage where we host all of our podcasts.
When did my website do that?
That's what Mia set it up for you. Remember that day I was like, hey Mia, you should be a big sister and do something cool for your brother, and she's the only one in the house that knows how to use WordPress. I mean, I very, very... Why don't we just take a break from liquids for a second, bro? All you've been doing since we started the show is drinking.
All right, so for the people...
And can you pull your mic close to you?
Yeah,
and maybe move the cup so it's not next to the boom arm?
So for the people that like aren't watching on the video,
Yeah.
I was drinking some water and
You
like
still got some on your nose.
I in the water like whiplashed like right at my eye.
You got
Like
you,
it was like, oh, I'm not done with you. This is not over
that,
yet.
Are you giving a voice to the water?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cute. So yeah. So no old business,
Not
new
really.
business, man. So you had the jogathon at school. How'd that go?
It was okay.
Yeah. Like I feel like you raked in some money for the school.
Yeah.
Was there like, is anyone bragging at the school about who brought in the most money? Is there any of that going on?
To be honest, I think I'm gonna be the one who brought in the most money because first
Okay.
off, Grammy and Aunt Amy or Aunt Beth,
Right.
excuse me, said they would give me each $30 if I beat my my record from
Right.
last year,
Yeah.
and I did that like as they texted that. So like first off, there's $60.
Yep.
Grandma said $5 a lap. There's
Right.
$55.
Right.
You're $11. Mom's $11. And yeah.
Yeah, well, you did pretty good. So hopefully they use that money for good things, like maybe teaching the arts. Do you guys learn arts in the school? Is that even a thing anymore?
More like art, but like in CC. Do you consider like clay an art?
Yeah, clay is working with
I
clay.
have a clay project that I do.
What do you?
Ben. Ben does so much stuff because
We've
he's
talked
awesome.
about Ben before, yeah.
He does origami, clay.
Right. Do you like art time?
Well, it's not really art time. It's just like, do you know how we have CT?
Right.
CT is short for community time for like people that don't know what my school is. It's kind of like a lot different than most schools because there's like after lunch there's CT projects.
CT is
then-
community time.
Yeah, and then CT, and then you go to projects, and there's art projects, and then there's just straight up projects. And I think right now I'm in the art projects because we're doing the art walk soon.
Yeah, that
I'm
probably
pretty
is
sure.
coming up.
I think that's my art walk.
So you're gonna have on display whatever
like
you've
all
been,
the clay that
all
I
the
made.
clay you've been doing. Are you proud of any one piece in particular?
One of the new pinch pots that I made.
Yeah. What's a pinch pot?
Pinch pot is basically like a pot. It's
You-
just
is-
like and you pinch it like this, and you turn it while pinching it.
So it's like almost
So-
it's like a pottery technique.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
roll it in a ball.
Yeah.
And then you take your thumb,
Careful.
excuse the mic, whoops, and you take your thumb and you push it in the middle to where like there's this big hole with your thumb, and then you take your thumb and you push it to the edge to where
Right.
like the walls are compact, and then you take your thumb and it's in the inside or I think it's like this, like where your four fingers are in the inside, and you turn while pinching it.
Right.
And you got to make sure they're not all that thin. You have to like make sure that they're like all equally like measured. Like let's say one wall's really thin, and like if it fired, like Ben fired it, it would crack.
Right. So you gotta reinforce the walls.
And then like
So
the bottom,
what is it exactly
if you push
that you're
it
making?
down too much,
Is it like a?
it's
is
just
that
a pot,
small
like a
bowl?
little
It's
pot,
small bowl.
like this cup that we did, basically like this, but that tall and like twice the size.
All right. Here. Cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cheers.
like maybe the size of
Watch
this,
you're jiggling the mic. It's driving me nuts.
of this, in like a half cup. Like that's not me, that's you.
Okay. All right.
Basically, so it's just like a pot. That's it.
Yeah. Cool. Is that? I mean, what else? Is that like so far the fun art thing that you've been doing?
There's also pinch pot monsters.
Yeah.
I finished. Basically, you take the pinch pot and you put it on its side, and you add like little like eyeballs and a tongue. You can add like hands, feet, anything you want, but you have to score and streak.
Okay.
Why do you always mess with it?
Well, I'd like it if you just talked into your mic. Like you keep turning your head and looking at me. Just talk into your mic right here. Remember?
Well, I feel like a podcast,
Yeah.
and there's two people.
Right.
You're usually talking to the person
Yeah.
right next to
No,
you.
I know, but just you don't have to look at me while you talk. I can hear what you're saying. Because I have these headphones on, so it works out perfectly.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants.
So art's going school, and just back to the art thing real quick. Like, what is your favorite thing to do? Do you like to draw? Do you like to paint? Do you like the pottery? Like,
I personally like the clay, but then again, I don't really do that much art because
right.
my creativity is about um a potato's creativity. So like,
Well, I think you're a little more creative than that. Give yourself a little bit more credit. I think you can.
hmm,
I mean, I like to consider myself an artist.
like in podcasts wise.
I don't know, man. Like photography, that's an art,
Yes, yeah,
right?
technically.
You know, and sometimes, like today at work, I scared the crap out of one of the girls I worked with, and that's an art too, man.
How would
Scaring
you scare
someone.
them?
I got underneath her desk, like she left to go use the bathroom, and then I saw her coming back on the security camera, so I went and hid under her desk. And then waited for her to come in the front door and then come around her desk. And like she was kind of standing there I waited until like she was like really comfortable with being at her desk, and then I just jumped out and kind of scared her, and she said if she hadn't just gone to the bathroom she might have peed her pants a little bit, which made me happy. It made me feel like it was a successful scare, which is an art, man. I mean, I think comedy is an art. Like
I mean,
comedians, like what they do is an art.
yeah,
You know, like
you have a point there. I heard also, I'm gonna
like
bring
the
this
little,
up on the
remember the
pod.
origami box that you make?
Yeah,
Not everyone can do that, so that's an art.
I forgot how to make that, and I'm actually like really mad. So I
Yeah,
really
but
want to learn how to remake that.
Ben can show you that again, man.
Well, actually, when we made the box that day, like the cube,
Right,
he wasn't the one who taught it.
right.
It was one of the volunteers, like son, I'm pretty sure. And the box origami is actually, you can make it a lot of different ways.
You actually know some other artists. You know that, right?
What?
Like Jackie, she's an artist.
Of baking.
Right. Yeah, that's an art, man. Not everyone can bake as beautifully as she does, and so like
I will admit her baking is really
it's
good.
spot on delicious, man. And who else? Like, do you know Anthony? It's probably been a while. You know Mike, our friend Mike, who's really tall. He's an artist. He plays the bass. And his friend Anthony, they have the band. I don't know if they're still playing together, but the Rhythm Pimps. You ever heard your mom talk about the Rhythm Pimps?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm just spacing on some other people, but um,
Also, I was
but
gonna say something, and then it was like pretty cool. Oh yeah, I heard Dimitri got sick. Dimitri
Dimitri,
Martin.
yeah, we were gonna go see. I was gonna pull the trigger and buy some tickets to see Dimitri Martin. He was gonna come to town and play at the McDonald Theater, and we were gonna go get that. And then he got sick and had to cancel the show. And I'm assuming they're gonna reschedule it. So you still want to go see him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And speaking of shows, like what was you want to talk about the show that you just went and saw with me?
What was it called?
It was come on, man. The Jimi Hendrix Experience?
Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yeah,
I keep on forgetting that.
What did you think about that?
It was awesome. I really like those like bald trio dudes, like all three of those bald dudes, like the bald drummer.
that was the closing band, and it was Joey Satriani, Joe Satriani, Satriani.
Dude, that guy did.
Dude, he wails. Dude, he's probably, like I said, you saw in one night some of the best guitar players that are actively playing right now.
I know, like, remember that one other bald dude that had that really long arms?
Yeah, that
Bro,
was his
it looked
bass
like
player.
I was freaking Slender Man.
Yeah.
Right in front of my face.
Yeah,
you
dude,
could see the veins popping out of his hands.
Yeah, he was
It made
skinny,
me-
had really long arms, and he was kind of buff. And he was a good bass player for sure too,
I
and he
know.
sounded like Jimi Hendrix,
It
which was
made
kind
me
of cool.
uncomfortable and, like, weirded out at the same time while thinking it was awesome. Like,
It weirded you out
all
because
three of those at once.
right.
Because I could, like, first off, see the veins popping out of his hands while he's playing like there's no tomorrow.
Right.
And, like, it was so weird.
But what did
Because he
you?
had so long arms. I was
Right.
like, how?
So the whole reason we went, like I looked at buying tickets to that show. They were $100 a piece. For those tickets that I really wanted, which were in third row. And then even the cheapest tickets, like the ones that we got for free from my school, those were $48 tickets a piece. So it would have cost $100 if we would have had to pay to go to it just for me and you. But I got them for free for school. But what did we do?
All right, so during the intermission, we my dad was eyeballing these seats in the third row, and nobody was sitting there, right?
Right.
So my dad, after the intermission, we went downstairs and went to these seats, and we just sat there, and no one cared.
Yeah, so what I did was, so at the Holt Center, they usually always have an intermission at most shows that they do there. And so we were sitting in the third tier, like way up nosebleeding seats. And I noticed, like, right in the third row, there were 2 seats that the whole first part of the show, no one was sitting in. And so we were meeting a musician that I knew there.
Which was Buddy Guy's drummer.
Right. Do you remember his name?
Tom something.
Good. At least you got his first name right, Tom. Tom Hambridge. And he doesn't listen to this show, but Tom Hambridge is a blues legend in his own right. He wrote and produced Buddy Guy's last, I want to say, 8 or 9 albums. He has his own album out called the NOLA Sessions. I'll put a link in the show notes to all this. But Tom's probably one of the coolest dudes I've met in the music industry.
He even gave me his guitar pick.
Yeah, I brought him a couple cigars. And so anyways, during intermission, I looked at Cohen and I said, Cohen, follow me and just pretend like you know what you're doing. And so we walked right into the bottom orchestra level section, walked right up to the stage, right as Tom was walking out to go get ready for his drums. And I go, Tom! I'm yelling at Tom to get his attention because I brought him these cigars because I know he's a blues guy who loves Maker's Mark, a good cigar, and a good beer. And so I got his attention. He came over. He was super awesome. And
he gave me a guitar pick.
Gave you one of his guitar picks. Thanked us for coming to the show.
Though, was that his name on the guitar pick was a little scratch, but it doesn't mind.
I told you. He gave me one too, and I'll give you mine. I told you.
Oh, but all that means though is that it's special in its own way. And I also, since we got those like third row seats, I got the Jimi Hendrix Experience guitar pick, which you could have only got then and there at the front row of that concert like 2 weeks ago. Right.
Yeah. And you only it wasn't a sold out show, which was kind of sad because there was some, like I said, some world class guitar players there. Johnny Lang, Billy Cox, who used to play for Jimi Hendrix.
Buddy
Guy, who I've been a huge fan of for a very long time. I'm missing a bunch of people. Joey Satriani, who I already said. I'll put a link to the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It's a great show. If it comes to you and you have the money or the ability to go. It was well worth it. I've never been to a Jimi Hendrix Experience. They call it going to the Electric Church. It was awesome. I'm really glad that we went. I kind of was dragging you to it, and you weren't having the first half of the show. You were kind of like, this is all right.
But when the Bald Trio came out, it was a whole nother story.
Yeah. And so after we talked with Tom, we went and scored these third row seats for the second half of the show, and we literally had the best seat. Well, not the best, but way better seats. We went from third balcony way up in the nosebleeds all the way to row 3. And yeah, man, I had a good time. You had a good time, and you even said that you would go do it again.
Yeah,
which was pretty awesome.
Definitely.
And so that was fun. That was a lot of fun from last week. Again, I'll put a picture of you with the 2 picks that you got, and a link to.
Oh, I also have a Buddy Guy guitar pick. I didn't earn it like from there. My dad bought it.
Right.
Or
no, I didn't
buy
buy it. I got it
somehow.
from when I went on tour with him.
Yeah, and basically he got it, and he got 2 of them, or like he got 4 of them, and sent like 2 of them to like
another photographer friend. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome because now I have a Buddy Guy guitar pick, Tom's guitar pick, which
Tom
is
Hambridge.
Yeah, which is
yeah,
Buddy
really
Guy's,
cool guy. If you guys have Spotify, give his album a listen. He's an awesome dude. Really cool guy. It's been and he's produced for some really big name acts in the music industry, and super humble, and took the time to come talk to us, and it was really cool because he's a drummer, and you kind of want to be a drummer, yeah?
Yeah.
You still want to do that?
I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I can like fully commit. You know,
Okay.
like I want to a lot, but like I think
Like,
it
what
would
is it
take me.
what's holding you back from committing to playing the drums?
I feel like I would just be like, oh, I want to play the drums, but then at the same time, I'd be like, I don't know, just started a new anime.
No.
Next episode is kind of like pretty good.
Well, I think it would be good for you to like have a discipline, like learning the drums. You know, like I used to play the guitar, and actually I kind of want to get a guitar again and start playing around,
I saw
plunking
you
around on
when
one.
we were when I got my free guitar lesson.
Yeah, you saw me eyeballing
He was
guitars.
eyeballing this electric
Hardcore,
guitars.
wasn't I?
Like he was so close to like I could see the temptation
I
in his
wanted to
eye
pull the
of
trigger.
buying
I
it.
couldn't justify it, but I did want one really bad. You're right. You know what else is coming up? Some new news for the podcast.
What is it? We're going on Spent the Rent,
That's
right?
right. We're going on Spent the Rent with our friend, Self-Esteem Boat Willie, Mr. Patrick Stutz. In fact, he just had an episode this last Sunday. They got a little political. They were talking about the Trump impeachment. I'm sure you don't know anything about that.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about President Trump? You think he should be fired?
It depends.
It depends. What does
To
it
be
depend
honest,
on?
I don't understand why like Republicans and stuff judge about like. To be honest, it's just the president to
Yeah.
me. Like maybe when I get older, I'll understand, but right now, I don't really care. They're just a president.
Yeah.
That's all. They're just a president. It's
I
not
think
like
the people
the
that
end
are
of the world if the person that you voted for doesn't get elected.
right.
Like a lot of people hate on Donald Trump, but
Right.
in my opinion, I don't see that there's anything wrong with him.
Yeah, but you also don't understand like all the other things that he does. You know what I mean? Like all the political stuff and things that he says,
mean,
and
I
he's
guess
kind of
you have a
racist. They kind of he's pretty much a racist, and just an all around douchebag, to be honest with you. So,
But that's your
but he did
opinions.
win.
A lot
That's
of people
opinions,
have a
yes.
lot
People
of
can have
different
opinions, and I think you're right. I think we should allow people to have opinions without being ridiculed about them. You know what I mean?
Exactly, that's what I'm
Right.
trying to point out.
No, I get what you're saying. So we're going to be on Spent the Rent. This episode I'm going to do my best to get out on Friday. And then on Sunday, me and Cohen will be on Spent the Rent podcast. And that he tapes and puts them out the same day. So you'll get to hear us on Friday if you are listening to us. And then you'll get to hear us again on Sunday. So that'll be kind of fun. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's really looking forward to meet. Like, I think he's more excited about you coming than you know what I mean. Like, I went by the barber shop to talk to him. You know, like I feel like me and him are becoming buddies, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, what's up, man?" He's like, "Dude, I'm looking really into having your son into the podcast," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there too, man." You know, like kind of feeling like maybe I'd get some love, but you know, this is your show, man. You bring
Yeah.
the nonsense, and yeah.
I'd like to point out that I haven't burped in like 5 episodes so far.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like an
Mr. Chris
accomplishment.
Gagne, if you're listening, your note went a long way. And I'm sure there's some other people that are appreciating the fact that you're not burping. So, yeah, there's that.
But I bet you there are some people that are getting annoyed of the wubba lubba dub dub.
The wubba lubba doob doob. Okay, man, let's do... and then, yeah, your best friend's birthday is at Putter's. You're going to do some laser tag. That'll be fun.
I'm so excited.
We
He
got
wants
busy...
a Chucky doll, bro.
Yeah.
No. Why?
Some people like the Chucky, man.
No, but
It's
like,
okay.
just,
Hey, you just
he said he would
you just
cuddle.
said it's okay to have opinions and
I
preferences.
know, but he took that to another level that
You
I
just
just
don't like
can't
Chucky.
accept.
Some people like the Chucky.
He said he wanted to sleep with that, and it made my face turned into a skull.
Yeah.
Like
well,
I was just like,
dude, we're all weird in our own way. We just have to embrace everyone's
Like-
weirdness, let them have it. As long as nobody's hurting nobody, that's what the nonsense
Like,
is about, man.
I have a fear of animatronics. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah,
and
you just were at Chuck E. Cheese like a week ago.
Yeah, and
Didn't
I
they have
swear that
animatronics
they do.
there?
They do. I swear that thing was staring right into my
Oh,
soul.
it definitely was.
It was.
It was definitely. And would it weird you out if it wasn't an animatronic? Like, what if there was like some poor underpaid dude in there pretending to be an animatronic?
I would feel bad.
Yeah. Trust me. Like just all those people that stand on holding signs.
When
and
I looked
twirling
at
signs.
it, I thought about in my brain, like, what if it was like mid talking, and then all of a
Right.
sudden the place caught on fire, and like the speaker was going like,
Oh man, you went dark real quick.
I went
So
real
you're telling
dark.
me you were sitting in Chuck E. Cheese, and
Yeah,
you
but
had
I
a
was
thought
there for,
of
like-
what happens if this place catches on fire.
And like
just
the
starts burning down.
animatronic was like still talking while it was
Still
burning.
talking and burning,
And like
it's
its face was like half melted.
and you
like
see
this.
like the Terminator underneath him, you know, like kind of
Yeah.
because you're just seeing the electronics. Interesting, man. It's an interesting insight to where your brain and thoughts go.
Like, I don't know why, but Doki Doki Literature Club is a dating sim game disguised as a horror game. Mm-hmm. No, a horror game disguised as a dating sim, which
Hey, you've been talking
I don't
about this
think
game
I've
a
talked
lot.
about
Do you
this.
even play the game?
I want the game.
Okay, say the name one more time.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Okay, yeah, and it's an app for your phone?
No, it's a computer game. You can get it on Steam and it's free.
Oh, all right.
And basically, one of the things that's like kind of an Easter egg, but is also kind of creepy, it says like there's a warning message that says this is a game not for children and shouldn't be played if you have like a fear of something. But the more you play, the message turns different like almost every time, like creepier and creepier.
So that's your game of the week?
Yeah.
What about you got a show on Netflix that you've been what kind of shows have you been geeking on?
I mean, there is a few shows that look pretty good.
Well, why don't you just say the last show you've been watching on Netflix?
Naruto.
Yeah, the current season or
But
whatever
there's
the current
a
season
really
on
cool
Netflix is.
anime that looked pretty cool. It was called Kabane. I'm gonna check real fast because it's gonna like bother
that's
me
okay,
if I
man.
don't look. No, it's gonna really bother me if I don't figure it out what it is. Like at my school, I don't know why, but I have this really bad problem that if I don't know how to spell it, I just will stay there and think about it
You
for
flip
like
out.
20 minutes. All right, so one of the animes I wanted to get want to watch after Naruto is Kabane,
Yeah.
the Battle of something, but there's only 3 episodes, so that'll be pretty fast. And then another one I wanted to watch was Soul Eater. So yeah.
I've been watching a show called What If on Netflix with Renee Zellweger. And Renee Zellweger is like 50 and looking good, Renee. Interesting show. It's keeping my attention.
Yeah, like how you said looking good, like he was watching the show. Like you were like looking good, like
No, I didn't actually say it to the TV or anything, bro.
it's just no, it like sounds like you're thinking he listened
Right.
to the show when you say looking good,
Okay.
like you're saying that like he's actually listening.
All right, man. I think it's time on the show for a little screen time check-in. Can we do
I
that?
don't know if I want to do that.
What are you talking about?
I don't know if I.
Dude, we do it every show. You have to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what you're at. And I will say this.
Would you not
I
judge
worked
me on my
all
wallpaper?
day. I worked all day.
Would you
I'm
like
not judging you on your wallpaper, man.
You won't.
I mean, it does seem like something that I wouldn't suspect would be on your phone, but I guess you're such in love with anime that it makes sense that you have a picture of some anime character on there. But man, what it is. So, are you getting to your screen time?
I'm getting there, Dad.
Okay, all right. Mine's coming up. I'm at right where I want to be. 57 minutes for the day, and yeah, that's good for me. What are you at, dude? Dude. Okay. You're at 5 hours, bro? You were at school for almost 8 today. So does that mean you were just on your phone from when you got to Grandma Sherry's till I picked you
Alright,
up?
I got off for a little bit, okay? Like I played with my toys, watched some
Right.
TV, and then you got here.
Yeah. Okay, well, dude, that's a long time. Were you watching shows on your phone?
I
Like
was like
movies? Or
either
like
on TikTok.
Netflix?
I was either on TikTok or I was on YouTube. I'm dying.
Okay. So, all right, let's do
I'm
scroll
not
roll.
actually
You want to do a
dying.
scroll
That's
roll?
a joke for all those people that take that.
I don't think they thought you were serious, but let's do a scroll roll on Instagram. Let's see what that
Scroll?
produces.
Okay. Imagine
Wanna
I
do
get
that?
another ad.
You probably will. If you get an ad 3 times in a row, I think somebody at Netflix is trying to target you, which should be against the
Are you ready?
law. Should be against the law.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. One flick of the thumb, and I fell on suiting another another podcast show called the Nova Show.
I got a PlayStation ad.
Yeah, what, dude? Another ad. What? It's for a game. What's the game?
It's like this weird Reckon with Raging
Okay.
Your Own Whisk.
Take a
Something
screenshot
like,
of it and send me it. Yeah, I fell on the Nofa show, and it's a picture. It says a lot happened this past week, so join us as we catch up on our Joker and Rambo movie review. And I do want to see the new Joker movie. That looks like it's going to be awesome. And
I think
actually,
it's rated
I could
R.
be into the Rambo movie too.
I think it's like rated R.
Oh, and you know what's coming out next month, right? You sent me it sent me a text about it.
What is it?
Dude, think about it. What have we been waiting for like way too long now? Season 4 of Rick and Morty, dude.
Rick and Morty. Oh yes, I sent you.
Morty.
Did you watch that?
No, I didn't actually watch the trailer.
Oh my
I'll
god,
watch it.
we have to watch this afterwards. It's
No, we can watch it.
so good.
We can definitely watch it afterwards. Okay,
I am
man.
so excited. When is this coming out again?
It's sometime in November.
So next week?
No, man, it's like the 9th today. So we still have like 2 or 4 weeks. I don't know exactly when in November.
We can watch it like on Christmas.
Well, it comes out before Christmas because it comes out in November. But
Oh yeah, I'm stupid.
You're getting it there.
Excuse my stupidness.
You're not stupid, bud. All right, man. Well, that's pretty much all I had. Like I said, I
What about open tabs? Do you want to do open tabs one more time?
No, let's forget it. Let's just forget it, man.
Do you want to wrap it up with a wubba lubba dub dub, or do you want to say something?
No, man. I think we should just kind of close it out with a wubba lubba dub dub.
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Wubba lubba dub dub.
Cool, man.
Be kind.
Be kind. Be nice. Do something nice for somebody.
Don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
Watch
just
season
love.
4 of Rick and Morty.
Watch season 4. Have love for all the people out there. Just, don't be a hater. Be a lover.
The only people that you can be a hater to is Logan Paul and Jake Paul. That's like the only people you can be a hater to.
You heard it right here on the Nonsense Hour. We'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye. That was good.
Yeah.